Hello everyone and welcome. My name's Simon and we are the Whales of Wall Street. Today we're looking at Decentraland, which is Mana on the exchange MANA, and Sandbox, which is SAND on the exchange too. These are both awesome NFT kind of gaming related virtual games that you can get involved with through tokenomics of the ones I've just mentioned. If you don't know what they are, go and check out our intro videos, which I'll leave a link to at the end of this video. No problem whatsoever. But before we do that, please do make sure that if you haven't done so already, to subscribe to the channel, and also make sure you press that notification bell so that you get notified of all the awesome videos we put out there for you guys. So let's go into this. So this is an announcement last couple of days around Vegas City. So I think the world's first blockchain related casino application within Decentraland. So this is really cool. So you can walk around, get involved in some of the horse racing, roulettes, etc. Of course, loads of these cool things. We did actually do a video around D-Race, which was an NFT based blockchain around horse racing, so go check that out. I'll leave a link at the end of this, and I'll also leave a link to the intros to these projects as we talk about them as well at the end also. So keep an eye out for this. If you do have the Decentraland game, of course you'll need your mana tokens to get involved a bit more and have a go within this. So that's the HQ launch, I believe, Saturday the 4th, which is actually, I'm not sure, UTC, Universal Time, so I have to double check the timing of that. All I've got on my screen is the time of when SpaceX launched their rockets versus GMT. So just double check what time that actually is. But basically today the HQ launches. So you might see a bit of a spike on the mana chart, which we'll go on to in a moment. That out of the way, let's have a look at Sandbox. So some really cool little things going on. So we've got these Mount Monsters, which is quite cool. So an interesting array of avatars that you can buy and utilize as yourself within the Sandbox game. So this is basically bringing NFT interoperability into play, allowing you to mint and essentially get involved with obtaining these awesome little funky avatars for the Sandbox game. So take a look at that. It's also kind of like revolutionizing a bit more as well within game of Sandbox to be able to do battles and things like that. So it's kind of interlacing different applications of games within one platform, which is really cool. And that's kind of like what we want to see from blockchain gaming moving forward. The interoperability, the connection of different games and different ideas being put into one app, one area that you can just walk around and do pretty much what you want in the ground, obviously within reason, and have a bit more fun in that aspect as well. Also here, I think there's a few little NFTs going around, hot tubs and beach related things, so you can get involved with buying those through the marketplace on Sandbox. Of course, you need the sand tokens, which is the whole point of the tokenomics as well. So get involved. I would definitely like a palm tree. I think I'm going to have to get this game just to get a few palm trees in a swimming pool or something. So that's really cool. And then of course this as well, this is the application of again interoperability in the sense of holding your art pieces that you hold as NFTs in your own showrooms or your own houses, so people can walk around and see what they're about. So it's just nice little neat things to be added to the game in the last few weeks, which is really, really cool. And just to remind yourself as well of the little game that's coming, I think, on here as well. So I think every Thursday you get loads of different land sale opportunities, but there's some really cool Walking Dead partnership going on here with regards to so it's almost like the District game, where you can walk around the different areas and you come across all these cool little battles or things you have to do, tasks and whatnot, as well as now having to fight zombies walking around in your Sandbox game. So really cool stuff going on there. And that kind of wraps up the quick updates of the projects. Nothing huge and humongous. I think, to be fair, the casino thing is quite awesome. We'll definitely have to do a bit more information on that as we go about. But let's go into the charts, guys. So we'll start off here with Decentraland. So it's Mana on the exchange. We're just using Binance data at the moment. Those that watched the video previously, thank you very much for doing that. If you haven't done so already, you're probably wondering what all these lines are. So these were potential buy opportunities coming back down maybe in the near future. But at the moment, we put this yellow line here as a mechanism of support, and it looks like we are about to break that. So we have the Fib Retracement Levels here, which we assumed we're pretty much on track. And I drew this yellow line here just from historic data of how many times or so we've hit this kind of area before and where we might see some resistance, and that's proven right here. So pat on the back for us. Never doesn't always go our way, but we anticipated this would happen, and it has. So before we can start really confirming this next level around $1.11 or $1.10, let's call it, which we did try and do on the 30th of August, and it pretty much got rejected immediately, and we rallied back down to $1. Then we shot slightly under, and today we're battling again to try and dominate and get that over $1 and keep it there. So right now, pretty much nearly on the nose, just slightly over, which is fantastic to see. If we can get closed over this mark today and have some stability over the next couple of days, we can definitely start pushing upwards towards this mark here of 110, which would be absolutely phenomenal. And then we might see another barrier up here again, going back historically, where we see the previous support mechanisms here. We might start seeing some retaliation at around the 120, which is kind of expected anyway, because that's a very much rounded psychological number. But I think if we can keep within this channeled pattern here, which I do believe we will, unless some parabolic action happens because of big updates and things like that. I haven't seen anything major sort of coming out that way, so I do anticipate we'll follow this pattern. Of course, there can be corrections like this in the game as well, so we might have to put another buy option around this mark here, just to be sure. But let's see how it goes. But if we can keep within this channel, it's going to be happy days, and we're just above the trend line, the blue line here as well, which is really good to see. And on the MACD, I thought we were going to switch over into a bearish mood because of this action around here. We managed to reject that, which is great news for the token and those mana holders out there that are really holding out for big numbers this year. We've started seeing a bigger gap on the MACD as well. So this is showing a positive movement again, and it might just mean that we are finally getting to the point where we can measure over that $1 and clear it off the task list. The RSI is showing some movement ability as well, still left in the tank, so I wouldn't be surprised if this happens, but do always anticipate potential drops as well when we're in this kind of area on the RSI. And in terms of performance, 7% up nearly on the week, 20% up on the month, and 80%, massive on the 3 months. Still down on 6 months, but that's because it's still including this area around here as well, which was natural correction after a massive run that we had earlier this year. But look at that, guys, 1200%, 1200% year to date. So it's absolutely phenomenal. And since the 21st July, where we started getting stability back in the market completely, 50 cents up to $1, we very much got twice the amount back here. So really good, and the buying signals are still strong. So let's try and push that over the $1 and keep it there, and let's win that battle for mana holders and get to that 110 as soon as possible. So that kind of wraps up mana. Now we go on to sand. So again, if you didn't watch the video previously, just to let you know, so we're above the trend line here, but we put this yellow marker in here, and this was basically to indicate very much so that we were getting a lot of resistance in this area. So it's not kind of correlating with the Fib retracement. And to be fair, I don't know what's happened here. It's gone a bit absolute chaos. We'll readjust that for the next one. But my anticipation here with this yellow block here was to try and keep within trend line across this line because of the resistance pattern. If we can do that with some stability, we can start trying to edge past that and get up to potentially move forward to that sort of 110 mark as another level of support. So really looking forward to seeing how that plans out, and it has done already, to be fair, since we put that in, as you can see. Let me just really quickly readjust this slightly to the next point here, just so I've got a bit of a marker for next time to remind me. So yeah, this is played out as we anticipated. I'm really looking forward to seeing if we can close above the $1 again. So we have done so in the last few days, nearly. So we got to a close of literally, look at this, $1.1008. So okay, not even 1 cent over yet, but you can see the battle going on here. It's almost a game in itself. 1004, 1002. What will we get today? If we can push that, come on, push it, and we can start going towards that getting that ticked off as a support mechanism and go up to that 110 mark, so that'd be absolutely fantastic. And the more that these games put more updates out and really cool things out on their platform, the more we will get movement on this chart, absolutely. So when we do the next update, we'll definitely update that element as well. On the MACD, you can see the gap is massively widening here, which is absolutely positive for the token here. The RSI, again, still room for improvement, can be done on this. I do expect maybe a potential correction still after this great achievement here, but let's see how it goes and we can report this on the next one. So other than that, performance wise, absolutely fantastic on the charts. 4% up on the week, 60% in the monthly, 3 monthly, fantastic. Look at that year to date, nearly 3,000%, guys. Absolutely phenomenal for this token. Really excited to do an update video on this during the week or next week as we anticipate further announcements on these platforms. So until then, guys, I hope you found this informative. Please do like this video if you have done so. Make sure you subscribe if you have not done so already, and we will see you guys in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye bye.